Our countdown to the 100 greatest video games of all time continues now. We have reached number 71.
Yes.
Are you ready to travel to a place called LittleBigPlanet? Of course, that is my lame attempt at sounding like narrator Stephen Fry in the game, who is a big part of why this game is so good and so successful. Yeah, right out of the gate, you get that fairy tale vibe, that fairy tale aesthetic, and this game doesn't let up.
Yeah, Media Molecule is the company that built this game. They're out of Brighton, England, and before this, they built a game called Ragdoll Kung Fu, which was kind of cute and a little bit of an indie darling when it came out, back when indie meant a different thing. And Sony, I think under the leadership of Phil Harrison, smartly decided to invest big on this concept of play, create, and share, and this was the game that brought that whole notion out into the world. And I think you can largely credit the success of games like Disney Infinity and Skylanders to this idea that you're constantly tweaking and evolving the play area and the characters and the game mechanics to this game.
Well, it had the do-it-yourself level creator, which was very obtuse to work with in the first game, and then became easier in subsequent versions of the game. But what I really love about this is the arts and crafts feel of the whole thing. I love the fact that the whole world feels kind of cobbled together and pieced together. It feels handmade. And I feel like in some ways, this was the first time we'd seen visuals on the PlayStation 3 or on any game of this console generation that had this sort of realistic quality to them. I feel like
photoreal.
This is as important a game as Donkey Kong Country was in 1994 for the Super Nintendo. It showed us what games could look like. It showed us where games were going, even though the gameplay itself in the single-player mode was obviously very derivative of a Mario-type platforming experience. Not as good or as tight, but still, what they were offering here was a huge package, a lot of game packed into one disc.
I don't know if any of the games that we've talked about on this list offer as much freedom as LittleBigPlanet 2 does, which not only lets you tweak the environments and the character designs and add stickers and all kinds of detailed stuff, but you could actually change the mechanics of gameplay and create your own kinds of games. LittleBigPlanet is an indelible, beautiful experience, and we've had lots of good things to talk about with this title. Take a look. Sony Computer Entertainment has published this game, and I'll tell you, this was definitely the baby of Phil Harrison. He really kind of brought this to birth and wanted to make sure that this was made for the PlayStation 3.
This is my most anticipated PS3 game of last year.
Yeah, this may be the best thing that Phil has ever done for Sony. He did a great thing in finding this team and championing this game, because it is a total treasure.
It is a gem.
LittleBigPlanet is one of a kind. I mean, it is platform action adventure type of title that we've played a million times before.
It doesn't have to be that.
But it doesn't
like a
have
racer.
to be. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's basically do whatever you want to do with the creations and the characters and all of the worlds and all the elements that are in each world.
All the different variations of Sackboy.
And play it as much as you want.
It's a whole new experience. Like, I mean, how do you even categorize a game like this?
Well,
awesome.
I think
it's in the awesome category.
I think right away, even from the credit sequence, the opening sequence where you play as Sackboy, basically running along a straight line that bumps and weaves and flies all over the place.
Opening
credits and all the different faces and people that worked on the game all pop up as
funny,
architecture and sort of elements of the environment as Sackboy's running by them, and you're seeing the names and rainbows are popping up, and then
Vic loves rainbows.
It does look photorealistic. It looks like they actually shot video.
I just want to grab Sackboy and play with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the environments look like, real wooden horses and toys and marionettes that come down, and everything looks like it's got physical weight and presence, and the way that they connect. I mean, even the Sackboys, you have manipulation over their different hands, so you can actually get them to do all kinds of dance moves. Yeah, you can have different facial expressions on the character at any given time.
The sad one has got to be the best.
It's nothing to get upset about. Don't go hurling your controller at the cat, because it might throw something back and it'll only escalate, and then
The real beauty and the real heart and soul of this experience, I think, is the fact that they've created a moon around LittleBigPlanet, and that's where you can go and create your own stuff.
Yes,
and then you
that
share
is where
it.
the heart of this game is going to take place.
You share it with the world, and you can download other people's stuff, and you can join with other people to play through all these levels at any given time. I think it may not be your favorite game out of your whole PS3 collection, but out of the group of people that will come in contact with your PS3,
it's definitely the game your girlfriend's going to want to play with you.
That will be the best game that everybody plays.
Or boyfriend.
Absolutely.
However you roll with.
LittleBigPlanet, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. What about you?
9.5.
9.5. It's unbelievable.
Well, there you have it, Poppets. Congratulations to you, Media Molecule, and to you, the LittleBigPlanet series. You are number 71 in our greatest list of video games of all time.